Good evening, everyone. I've had this big question that we're supposed to talk about, and for the past hour, the biggest question for me is if I was going to sit on the stool, standing. So I feel like it's more my pace to sit down, especially with kind of these shoes. So anyways, good evening. My name is Philip Bowles, and I'm honored to be here with you guys at HOPEx tonight. I was reached out to about this event and was presented the opportunity to share about my why. And it was a lot harder than I expected to put it into words. I think I've always been a person that I just do, and I don't take a second to think about, why. But yeah, so growing up, I had a volatile home life, and therefore, I think my why was just like this sense of structure that I was longing for. As a child, I couldn't control so many things, and so as I became an adult, it was a priority of mine to just create this like stability and control for myself, and even just to be able to pay my car bill or my phone bill or my rent, and at the same time, I think that I've always had this prove people wrong mentality, and I can't say for sure that like anyone was really doubting me the way that I perceived in my mind, but it's always just been this thought process that I've had, and I will say it's helped me at times to push for things and achieve stuff that I might not have been able to otherwise, but I have to, pace myself and think about it so that way I don't let it become a destructive why, and so it doesn't mess up my mentality and make me not, positive while I'm striving towards my goals. In 2019, I started a clothing brand, as you see. It's called Selah. I've got it on a little bit right here. And yeah, I came into that with pretty much like little to no knowledge of what it took to be successful with clothing or as a designer or anything. I knew I had this like passion, and I thought there might be space for me in that world, but it was kind of this just blind and passion and enthusiasm where it really didn't matter to me if it was successful or not. It was just something that I was doing, that I was having fun, and it was really fun. And I think that over time, people started to like gather and gravitate towards what I was doing and my creativity. So fast forward a little bit to spring of 2020. It's about 6 months from when I first started, right, like before COVID. This music group, up-and-coming music group at the time, I don't know how many of you guys know of them, Maverick City Music. They reached out to me, and as I said, 6 months into me just getting started, and they wanted me to design and sell merch for them because they had no merch at the time, nobody doing it. And I was a junior at Liberty, and I remember I skipped a few classes to design this shirt, and I actually printed it myself. Like all the shirts was printed it myself, and I went and drove all the way down to Atlanta and sold these shirts at this event, one of their events, and it was just amazing. It was incredible. They sold out, and everyone there loved it, and they loved it so much that they offered me a full-time job to begin their entire merch line, and all by myself. And once again, it was an opportunity where I had little to no knowledge what it took to be successful doing this. But with that being said, in my first full year of doing their merch by myself, we took it from $0, zero sales, and we were able to pass $1 million in revenue in the first year. So that I worked for them for almost 3 years, and it was just an amazing, life-changing experience. It taught me so much about from trial and error about what it took to do what I wanted to do. And it's helped me so much with my own brand now. So yeah, fast forward a few more years later, and here we are now. And I think I have a little bit more knowledge of, what it takes to be successful in this particular, industry with design and just being an entrepreneur. But even still, I've tried to continue to keep that pure mentality of enthusiasm and passion for what I do. And I've learned that my why can't be how many sales that I get in this first quarter, or like how many goals I can check off for this year I've written out for. For me, my why is as simple as just coming up with this shirt idea and creating it in a random moment, and then someone buying it from across the country, and then I see them wear it and appreciate it, what I've created. My why is also just being a positive influence on my friends and always trying to push them into environments where they can thrive and reach their potential with any opportunities that I have the ability to help them with. My why is also just learning from all of these experiences of failures and succeeding to pass along to my kids when I get older, much older. Much older. Even wrote that one down. Ultimately, my why is to fulfill my purpose on this earth. And I think that with a pure mentality and just a positive, effort towards it, then there's nothing that I can't succeed at. That's how I feel. So if there's anything I could offer advice tonight, there's one thing that I could say, or anything that I could say, it would be that no matter how old you are or what stage of your career that you're in, don't let your why be compromised or ruined by comparison to other people or by the fear of failing. If you keep your why pure and you keep your heart and your mind pure, that there's nothing that you can't accomplish. So thank you guys.